companions have you disliked? I wouldn't say that you dislike any of your companions. Some people might say, oh yeah, I hated this one companion, but you definitely learn to love all your companions, and I've only had three. And they do things that you dislike because you really like them, and you're living with them for a period of 6 weeks. And you begin to become really close with them. But then every once in a while they'll do something small that just irritates you and you get really offended. Don't. I've done that with two of my companions now. They'll do something simple that's just it doesn't matter and I get offended. And that's 5 weeks living with them. So I would my advice for that is try to love all your companions and don't ever say I dislike this one. Always say, yeah, he was a good companion.
How many companions have I disliked? At times I've disliked all of them. You know, they're just like friends. You know, you get in like fights, just nothing too big. No, but at the end, I love them all because you know I spent part of my life with them. They went through the same things I have. This mission, so.
How many companions have you disliked?
I mean, I have one right now that's behind the camera. Just kidding. No, I've loved all my companions. I've gotten really lucky and had really great companions.
So this is question number 4. How many companions have I disliked? Um, so I know you hear a lot about how before the mission you're gonna have companions that you don't like, and that certainly came true for me. Um, for I'd say the first 13 months of my mission, I had companions that I didn't get along with really well. Sometimes it would just be like in equal agreement, like yeah, we're not really friends, but we're working together. Sometimes it would be just like little little arguments here and there that just kind of the happy spirit between us wasn't really there sometimes, or sometimes it was well, I yelled at one of my companions because of the point where it had gotten into work we weren't doing anything, and I vented that in a way I shouldn't have. Anyway, not to be a downer about it, but more than anything from the companions I've disliked, which have been all of them except for my last one that I'm now with, Elder Matthews, I have learned a lot from them. Things I wouldn't have ever learned beforehand, or patience with while working with people, being able to work on something with someone you don't like, with differences. That way you can get through it and work on it. Patience as far as other people's weaknesses, I guess you could say, and realizing that I have my own weaknesses and that I shouldn't judge them as hard. And it's been disheartening, yes, but it's also helped me to learn how to just keep going, just to keep pushing, and eventually get to a point where it's fine. And it took 13 months of pushing and keeping on. I don't know how to say that. Keeping on going. um, 13 months of that just to finally get to a companion where I get along really well and to be able to really start progressing as far as that goes. And from other Matthews, I've learned just as much as I have from other companions. Just different skill sets and different types of things. And so, let's say, yeah, to answer the question, a lot of them I haven't gotten along really well with, but I've learned a lot more than I would have beforehand.
Let's see. Question number 4. How many companions have you disliked? That's a pretty funny question. Having companions it's an interesting experience, but it's super fun. Like, I've enjoyed every single one of my companions. And I would say I haven't disliked any of my companions. But at the same time, like, I've disliked all of them. You know what I mean? Like I love them all. I've loved every one of them, and I've had so much fun with every one of my companions. But there's been like a day or 2 days when, like, maybe me and my companion didn't get along very well or something like that. But it's fun. It's fun to look back. It's fun to look back after you've been a little while with a companion too. It's fun to look back and think like, oh, I remember when I was angry at this point in time because like you drank my milk or something like that. You stole my cereal, or like you used my toothbrush or something like that. Like just like fun things like that. It's really fun having a companion. I love it. It's one of my favorite things about the mission. Something really important that stuck with me that my trainer taught me was that there's no such thing as a bad companion, and so I've kind of tried to keep that in mind as I've gone with different companions. But I've honestly loved every single one of my companions. Like truly, honestly, they're all, and there's a lot of good people. There's a lot of good people here that serve missions. So that's really cool.
So this question is actually one of the easiest ones there is. None of them. I've loved every single one of my comps. And the reason why is if you learn how to forgive people fast and you realize that people aren't perfect and you're not perfect and you have no reason to not like them, then things are actually really easy. So forgive people fast, love everyone, realize you're not perfect, and bro, all your comps will be super dope.
Number 4, how many companions have you disliked? So, I don't think I've had any companions where it's been just like I've hated them and completely disliked them. There have definitely been a lot of my companions who have done things that I don't like, but I feel like with every companion that I have, I learn how to love them more and work with them even if we don't like get along very well. So I remember before my mission being worried about working with companions, and if I was worried if I like hate them or something, but I think you just learn to work with everyone. My companion right now is super guapo, so it's great.
So how many companions have I not liked? I'd probably have to say my last 4. Probably 4, maybe 5, but at least my last 4. My last 4 companions have all pretty much been the same, but they just get worse every time. They don't like to work a lot, they like to stay in house, and they like to flirt with the people that we're trying to teach, which is kind of hard, but every time I complain it gets worse, so I think I've got to stop complaining and it'll keep getting better. But I don't have too much to complain about. We're working, I'm happy, I'm helpful.
Number 4, how many companions have you disliked? I've actually been blessed with some really great companions, but there is one companion that I have disliked. But I would say that every companion you have, you learn something while being with them that you needed to learn, and like an attribute you needed to develop. Well, there was one companion that we were together for 4 months, but yeah, it was really hard, but it wasn't that bad. Other than that, I've had great companions.
Alright, the next question I want to go over is how many companions have you disliked? Oh man. So I've had about 12 total companions on my mission, and I've disliked about 5 of those companions. That is a pretty big number, but you know, it's not that I hate those people. Hate's a pretty strong word. You can't ever say you hate somebody. It's just we didn't get along. There was a lot of things that they said to me that, you know, caused me a little dislike for them.
I have been really lucky. I have not had any companions I've disliked. They've all been super awesome.
She's only had 2. How many companions have I disliked? 2. There are qualities in all of them that bugged me, but there's only one companion that I would never want to be companions with again, but what? I can't say I hate them. It's me.
So the question is, when did you know you wanted to go on a mission? Buckle up. It's a long story. So I wanted to go on a mission since the time I was little. I always wanted to go to Australia or Ireland. That's like, how cool. I'm going on a mission. Even if I have to wait till I'm 21, I'm going on a mission. Well, my freshman year of college, the announcement was made that sisters could go on missions when they were 19. And I was like, oh my word, I'm 19. Now I don't have to wait till I'm 21. I felt like such a confirmation that I was supposed to go on a mission right then. And so what did I do? Started filling out my mission papers, started doing the doctor's appointments, dentists, all that stuff. And my papers were ready to submit. I had done everything I needed to do. And I was so excited. Everybody knew I was going on a mission. And I was about to hit submit on my papers. And then the Spirit was like, no. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me? Ugh. And so I was really mad because I wanted to go on a mission. And why would Heavenly Father not let me go on a mission? Because it was a good thing. And this is really my story of trusting in the Lord's timing, because it is real. And so I had to wait a while, and I had continuous promptings that I was like not supposed to go on a mission. And so finally I shut down my papers or whatever, canceled them, and I continued going to school, and I continued like going to church and institute and all that stuff. But I was kind of bitter, as you can imagine, because I was like, a mission's a good thing. Why would I not be able to go? It's what I really want to do. So I was kind of bitter, just kind of going through the motions of life, not making the best decisions, not being the best person that I could be. And then 5 years later, I was graduated from college. I was teaching second grade. And I was finally like, oh, it's time to go on a mission. And the reason for this is, okay, so I kind of told myself that I didn't want to go for a long time after Heavenly Father told me that I couldn't go when I was 19. And so I just kind of convinced myself that I didn't want to go anymore. And then I wasn't very happy. And then I started to kind of live more righteously and actually understand the gospel, and I was able to use the atonement in my life, and I understood that Jesus Christ really was there, and he really feels what I feel. And that's when I wanted to go on a mission. After the fact that I was able to learn those things for myself and experience the things that I experienced, so that I can understand when I'm not living the gospel, I'm not happy. And I want to bring this happiness of living the gospel and knowing what it is that makes me happy to other people. And so that's when I knew I wanted to go on a mission.
How many companions have you disliked?
Not at all. I loved all of my companions.
Okay, question number 4. How many companions have you disliked? I want to let you all know, if you make the decision beforehand that you are going to go into the experience with loving your companion, you won't dislike them. I can promise you you're not going to get along as well with all your companions as you get along with some of them. And when you find out who your companion is going to be, like at transfers or something, there's going to be some missionary who knows something about them that they're going to tell you. And you have to make the decision there that you're not going to prejudge them based off of what that missionary's told you. Because then you'll go into it with a prejudgment of acting like you know them when you really don't. Something I've tried to do with every companion, no matter what, is to try to learn something from them, no matter how well we got along or how well we didn't get along. And if you try to learn something and take something from every companion you have, after you get your next companion, you won't remember the things you disliked or the things that didn't work well with the two of you. You'll remember what you learned.